Hello everybody. So our team is presenting the project SpecKart, a decentralized e-commerce blockchain platform. So myself, Megha Krishnan. So I'll be telling you how to run the project and what does the platform exactly do. So ours is a blockchain platform, actually an e-commerce blockchain platform where you can sell and buy the spectacles. So the sellers can register and join the platform. Similarly, buyers can also register and join the platform. And there are a set of people, set of users, you can say, the admins, whose help you can actually seek to solve a dispute or any issue that is happening between the sellers and the buyers. So imagine if the seller is adding the product, the buyer comes and buys the product, the seller confirms the product, that is, confirms the buyer's purchase, then the seller actually ships the product. So all of a sudden, the buyer still didn't receive the product, okay, after 30 days or something like that. For after a long time, the buyer actually didn't receive the product. So the buyer can actually initiate a dispute here. Similarly, if the seller is actually confirming the shipment, okay, and after so many days, here I have given just 3 minutes. That is to perform the demo easily, like fast. That's why I have given 3 minutes. So instead of that, you can give 30 minutes or 30 days or 60 days, depending on our use. Okay. So the seller can actually still the seller didn't receive the product. Okay. I mean the money. Then the seller can initiate a dispute here. So this dispute or a clash between the seller and the buyer is dealt by the admins. Okay, so I'll explain how the platform exactly works on the go. So let's start from the basic part itself, how you are running the application. So I'll just go to the terminal. I'll go to my home directory. Here I have to run my Docker. So my Docker runs the Redis, the MongoDB where I am using, in which I'm actually storing the images, everything of the products. So the Redis also runs in the Docker, and also the backend also is also running in the Docker. So this is the Docker. MongoDB is running here, the Redis is running here, and the backend is also running here. So I'll be running the Docker Compose, Docker Compose up. Now I have to deploy my contract into my Ethereum network. So here I'm using Ganache, a test network for running our application. So this is a test network, Ganache. So I'm running in this. So make sure that the Ganache is running properly. Now we have to go to the browser, connect the MetaMask. It's already connected here. So when before I deploy, I have to go to the migrations page. So this is the smart contract. Depending on this, we are running the whole platform. So make sure this is the set of admins I'm giving. So the set of those people who are actually solving the disputes here. So we have to deploy the contracts here. Similarly, I have to run the front end also. Front end we have done using the Angular. So everything is working properly. Our Redis is running, our MongoDB is running, our server is running. Everything started working, and our contract also got deployed. So this is the contract. Our contracts also got deployed. Now the Angular is only left. So by that time I can explain to you how the platform actually works. So this is like I can show you. So SpecKart is a decentralized blockchain e-commerce platform for buying and selling the spectacles. The sellers can sell and the buyers can buy the products directly without the intervention of another third party. So basically there is no particular company or any dealer who's actually managing this. Okay. For example, consider Flipkart, Snapdeal, or Amazon, whatever be that. So they'll be standing as a middle party between the sellers and the buyers, right? So there is a third party to deal with every purchases in that. So here our platform is what it is. There is no exactly, there is no a third, there is no particular third party or something like that. So so you'll be thinking why the sellers and buyers, why the sellers and buyers should be loyal, or they should not do any malpractices in this. So for that, what is actually happening here is like when a seller is adding the platform, okay. When a seller is adding the platform, his if the seller is buying for 1,000 rupees, here we are, the whole transaction in our platform, the whole transaction is done using the spec token. Okay, so using the token we are doing the whole purchases, whole transactions. So if I am purchasing a product, if I am selling a product of 1,000 spec, then a 1% of that, that is 10 spec, okay, that will be put on stake. Okay, so I'll be giving 1,010. So I'll be if I am the seller, when I put my product for selling, I'll be giving an extra charge of 10 spec. That is a 1% of my product will be put on stake. Okay, don't worry about that 1%. You will be getting back the whole 1%. That is the whole 10 specs. You will be getting back if you are not doing any malpractices. Okay, so that is a good thing about this. Okay, so the seller will be giving 1% of his products amount on stake. Okay, so when the buyer is actually purchasing the product, then also the buyer will have to give the money, that is the buying amount, I mean the purchase amount, that is the 1,000 spec, along with an extra 1%, that is 1,010 specs you have to give. Okay, the buyer has to purchase, so the buyer's 1% is also put on stake. Okay, if everything goes well, that is if the seller is confirming the product, buyer is doing so that is, there is no malpractice. If there is no malpractice here, then the buyer, when the buyer receives, when the buyer confirms the receival, okay, the seller will be getting his purchase amount, that is the 1,000 spec, along with the 1%, so that is 1,010 rupees he'll be receiving back, and the purchase, that is the buyer also will be receiving the 1%, that is the 10 spec back along with the product. So that is how it actually works. If I'm doing some malpractice, okay, if the seller is doing some malpractice, okay, he actually confirmed, he said that I have confirmed the shipment, but he didn't actually confirm it, okay. So the buyer will be what the buyer will be doing is like the buyer will be initiating a dispute. So the dispute problem will be going to the admins. So imagine that there are five admins or three admins, any number of admins, any even no, any odd number of admins we have given, okay. So any odd number of admins are there, okay. So the dispute will be going to them. So if there are five admins, okay, five of them will be dealing with this problem, okay. I mean, they'll be looking into this matter, and they'll be confirming it. That is, they'll be voting for the buyer or the seller, okay. If I am an admin, if I feel like it's not like feel like I have to look into the problem manually, I'll be getting all the details, right? So I have to look into the problem manually, then I have to confirm it. It's just like an organization or something like that. They have to deal with all the stuff. So after that, they have to vote for the buyer or the seller. Okay, so imagine there are five admins. So if three of them are voting for the seller and two of them are voting for the buyer, the seller will be winning. Okay, so if the seller is winning, the seller will be getting the purchase amount, that is the 1,000 SPEC, along with his 1%. Okay, the seller will be receiving the 1,010 purchase amount, okay, money, the cryptocurrency, the token he has spent, and the buyer will be losing that 1% of the product. So that is how it actually works. The money which you have put on stake, okay, that will be losing if you're doing some malpractice, and that 1% will be distributed among the admins who have voted for the majority winner. That is, the seller is there, right? If the seller is the winner here, right? So all the admins who have voted for the seller will be receiving that 1%. So that is that 1%, that 10 spec will be divided by 3. That is, 3 people have voted for sellers. So as 3 parts, it will be given distributed among the admins. So that's how it works. So our front end is done. So I have given account 3, 4, 5 as the admins. 3, 4, 5 as the admins, and I'm registering account 1. So there is a token market for the users. I'm having 0 spec. So I can buy the token here, I can sell the token here, I can see the details of the token here. Now I have to register, okay. So yeah, put my name, give my contact number. I'm registering as a seller here. So we have seen how this actually works. That is how the SpecKart is running, how the order is placed, and how the confirm shipment, how the transactions are happening. Now we have to see how and for what Redis is used here in our SpecKart platform. So whenever we are using Redis for to find the popular products. That is, popular products has all the products, has the most sold products, we have to say, the products that has been sold the most. Okay, so that is what is in the popular products and recent searches. So if I'm searching this one and then closing it, this will be the recent search here. Okay, and similarly for all the filterings, for all the searches, so if it is casual, formal, sunglass, like that, everything by brand you can search by everything like that. So for all these searchings we are using Redis. And more than and for the cart also. So if I am adding, usually we save use the session storage, right, for the cart and all. So whenever we just close our the browser, so and when we open it again, so the all the details in the session storage and all will be lost. So in our case, we are storing it to the Redis search and we'll be getting it very fast. So that is how Redis we have used here. And more than everything, we are using the pub search, pub for the chat rooms. So we have two chat rooms here. So one is for the users, that is the for the buyers and sellers, so that they can discuss all everything about what is like the fashion discussion about the seller, about the sellers, review the products, everything the buyers and the sellers can do. So I can type like, this is user chat room, like that, and I am a buyer. And this is that the user chat room doesn't have the admins in it. Okay, so the admins doesn't have any permission to the access to the user chat room. So this is the chat room with the admin chat room. I am a buyer. I'll just leave the room. So similarly, if I log in as a seller, see, that's how it is. See, now if you go to the admins login thing, chat room with the user. See, here also we are using Redis. So that's how our SpecKart is working. That's how the functioning is. And as a future research on or a future development of the application, we can actually, now we have considered just 5 admins as of our own, like we are giving it by ourselves. So and the spec token is like a stable coin, stable token here, that is like a, it doesn't the value of the spec token doesn't fluctuate. So we can develop it into better where depending on the demand and supply, the value of the token also increases. In such a way, we can develop the spec token, and similarly, we can find a consensus algorithm according to which is like a dedicated post proof of stake and all. The admins are chosen in such a way that the admins are chosen in such a way that they deserve to be in that post. That is, they should be they should not be defined in the beginning itself. That is, they have to be chosen on a particular conditions in such a way that we can develop it. And during the development, Redis was very helpful. Like we are using this Redis for the first time, and the how the cache db works and all. It's we are happy that we tried out Redis, and we did participate in this hackathon. And thank you so much, Redis team, for allowing us to participate in this. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.